Hello, this is cultural correspondent Buster Friendly broadcasting from Odysee.com. This is the first video that I will be making that will be posted on Odyssey and YouTube since I quit YouTube and I became a full time Odyssey creator. It has been one day since I made this transition, and Odyssey has been very accommodating. They have given that I mean, honestly, I get the sense from this website that they're very fair. I've accumulated 27 followers, and this is like unheard of on YouTube. You might think that Odyssey has less traffic than YouTube, which is true. YouTube has billions of people going on the website every day, and Odyssey only has a couple 100 million people who go on the website every month. But that doesn't really matter because the fact of the matter is that Odyssey is a very community friendly website. I actually had a nightmare after switching to Odyssey because I didn't realize how much of an abusive relationship I was in with YouTube. To give you an idea of how hard it is to be a content creator on YouTube these days, I have 260,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I've made more money on Odyssey today and yesterday than I have on YouTube. Won't even monetize my channel. My videos get like very. I'm getting basically. I mean, if you consider the fact that there's less traffic on Odyssey, Odyssey's giving an audience share to my channel that's proportional to the. I synced my channel with Odyssey. That's what you do, and that's what other large content creators on YouTube are going to do soon once they hear about my success over here. Once they see that I came from YouTube and I actually got more views on this video than it got on YouTube. I came over to this is a true story, and once people hear about this, they're gonna start moving from YouTube to Odyssey. So people spread this around because this is really good publicity for Odyssey. I This video on YouTube got like 100 views in the course of uh, like 3 days, and then I just randomly decided to upload it to Odyssey here, and then now it's got now it's up to 269 views, which is really something. And all my other content shows up in the recommended section. And they put me on the homepage. Odyssey features my content right on the pop culture section. So they actually respect my category as a pop culture correspondent and suggest it to right there. I mean, you go on to Odyssey's homepage and then Buster Friendly. I mean, they're putting the respect on my name that I deserve on the platform. They're not just shoving me to the back of some. I don't even know where YouTube puts your videos. I honestly couldn't tell you what system YouTube's using anymore. It's just so warped, and the nightmare that I had about YouTube really was this. I had a nightmare of a person who's like still trying to be a YouTuber and like has 600 subscribers and maybe puts like 2 hours of work into making like a 20-minute video every couple days a week or something like that, and their family is like begging them to stop because they're not getting any views, and they're like passing out business cards. It just unbearable cringe of imagining somebody struggling with the YouTube algorithm when uh I mean, if you know somebody like that, just tell them about Odyssey, because like I was thinking about it, and it's like this is like a YouTube 2007 emulator. It's like they've given us this. They've emulated the YouTube 2007 algorithm and the general format of what you could come to expect from the platform, and they've served it up to us on a silver platter right here. I mean, if you like websites like Discord or I mean, sorry, apps now, whatever, I'm more of a desktop person. That's also the other point that I was going to make is Odyssey is a desktop. You need to have a laptop, you need to have some sort of actual computer. This is a classic because that's how YouTube originally started too. In YouTube's prime, everybody was on it on the desktop. It wasn't like it is now. And Odyssey's app isn't really all the way there yet. You can't get the full use of. You also, for those of you who are trying to be Odyssey creators, you gotta use the library tokens. You gotta promote other people's. You gotta repost other people's content and tip other content creators, and that's really good for the algorithm over here. That's what the website wants you to do, and they'll reward you for that, and they give you the tokens to do that. Don't be cheap. Don't take your tokens and take them off the website and think that you made money unless, I mean, I don't know why you do that. It's only fractions of a penny, and the website needs an internal economy to function. Now that I have gotten off of the topic of YouTube, let's discuss the topic of how the blockchain actually works in the algorithm of Odyssey, and how the sort of platform, this decentralized platform, has really managed to outperform a lot of the different aspects of YouTube, because people can post whatever they want on here and it won't be deleted. Now, that I think is probably one of the most stressful things about trying to do anything online. It's like, what do? Do you back up your files if you post it and then it gets deleted, and then and then it's nobody can find it. You can't get contact with your audience after that. I feel bad for people who got their accounts deleted for some glitch or whatever, and then or got their million view video deleted, and then never had their shot at making a full Bitcoin or whatever. That's not a problem on Odyssey, because it's on the blockchain, and the videos just the blockchain. You just do research on blockchain, man. It's impossible to delete, virtually impossible to delete. The amount of replication potential, the video, it's like the ocean, man. It's like download and upload. That's the only way to describe the blockchain. It's the new generation of the internet. It's the next step, and sort of the implementation of blockchain social media platforms, I think, is something that's it's unavoidable. And I think that right now, the ad driven internet, the old internet like YouTube and even Twitter to some extent, but Elon's definitely seen the writing on the wall, and he's taken the turn towards decentralization, and now he's going to try to implement that WeChat, the American WeChat, which will probably be an interesting game changer too, in terms of this whole aspect of branching away from the old, and because it's very clear now, I think, that Zuckerberg and many of the others in sort of the legacy social media platforms, they have every intention of just keeping their users algorithmically sort of in a stranglehold, and sort of ghettoized onto different sort of orphaned sides of the internet, on these sides of the pages that get very little traffic and don't have any real connection to the outside internet unless you go through an outside application. I mean, I don't think that you'd be hard pressed to find a person on YouTube who's starting from 0 subscribers and no clout, no outside clout. Like, I don't think people just start off on YouTube and then become a YouTuber anymore. I mean, who's the fastest growing YouTubers on YouTube right now? Name 5. Name 5 YouTubers who are brand new, 2022. They just came on the scene. They started from 0. Now they're going to approach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and it's a side of YouTube. It doesn't exist anymore because the algorithm doesn't isn't for some reason over the years, just all the different forces that have been ripping the sort of that structure in different directions. It sort of perverted the way that the website functions as a whole, and YouTube doesn't really care anymore. It doesn't need that internal community. It's got corporate advertising money hand over fist, and its parent company is focused on larger things rather than just a couple videos being uploaded, to YouTube. But Odyssey cares about that because that's its lifeblood, is the community. So that is basically being able to serve the user with a content creator and vice versa, and actually curate the comments no, I mean actually provide a platform for the comments. You don't go back to the video later on and see that your comment, it says that there's a comment, but you try to keep refreshing the page on YouTube and then the comment won't show up. That doesn't happen on here. It just shows if somebody posts a comment, the comment shows up on the video. It's pretty straightforward. We're all adults. We could see what each other are commenting. You can see what people are posting online. If you don't like it, just don't subscribe to them. That's it's Odyssey. This, it's got all these cartoons and stuff. It looks like a fun it looks like it doesn't look childish website. Actually, these look like a cryptocurrency sort of like cartoon, because really a social media website needs to be gamified. There needs to be a dislike button. There needs to be all these different aspects of it. There needs to be up and down votes on comments so that the best one can rise to the top. And this is something that YouTube just doesn't need to care about anymore. It's just hasn't been YouTube's game to have those features that make but honestly, in my estimation, those are the things that got me originally addicted to YouTube in the first place. It was because you'd go to a video and there was information, and that was honestly what I liked the most. It was looking at a video, seeing when it was uploaded, seeing like who was the top comment, reading it, thinking it was funny. You go through, maybe you end up in like an argument with somebody in the converse in the chat, but the platform didn't interfere back then. The platform interferes now. Now it's like they're trying to change the order of comment that on YouTube. They're trying to push you down and promote somebody else. That it's like it's all over the place. There's no, and it's pretty much like if you're a legacy YouTuber and then you have some sort of leftover hollowed out shell of an audience, it's like you don't even it's like everybody on there just seems like they're I man that's I'm going off on a tangent, but you get the general gist of it. It's like and the coolest thing about this website is that like there's no the coolest thing about Odyssey is that there's no of that mainstream content creators from YouTube haven't synchronized their channels with Odyssey yet. But I think once they see the writing on the wall and they see my success, hopefully we could start by getting uh Sam Hyde over here. I mean, what's he doing? He's doing Gumroad or some shit like that, dude. He's got to come over here. And the other thing is they let you add multiple channels. That's the other great thing about this page, about Odyssey. It's like YouTube, you get the impression that they don't want you to have multiple channels. You know what I mean? Like you get the impression that they don't want you uploading on the website at all, because I guess they don't. I mean, it seems like YouTube wants to sell movies nowadays. That's what I get the impression of. And then, for those of you who are on YouTube watching movies, you're dumb too because you're watching ads. You could be on Odyssey where they have movies without ads, and it's all on the blockchain, so you don't have to worry about the video getting deleted. You could just save the link and come back to it later. And then some people complain about, you could see these pages like take a minute to load, but that's a small price to pay, because YouTube, I feel like, is slow as shit too. And my computer's not that good anyway, but I'm just saying the little bit of lag that you get on this website is a small price to pay for the fact that there's no advertisements. I mean, YouTube's going to try to shove, if you don't have ad blocker. I know I've gotten some comments about people talking about ad blocker, but advertising is very intrusive and they find ways to advertise to you. No matter how you try to block the ads find ways to come through. um, Everything's an advertisement essentially. But yeah, that's my status update for Odyssey. A very, very rich bank of content on this website, and the platform is curated towards actually serving. Actually, if some, God forbid, right, on Odyssey, the people actually get the video. I mean, it's amazing. Like, it's amazing that I haven't seen it in years. Like, when you follow somebody on this platform, you actually get their content recommended to you. It's amazing. It's like YouTube hasn't done that in years. When you actually follow somebody, you get them, and then when you unfollow somebody, you don't get them recommended to you. The algorithm's not doing any twists and turns. Like, if this was YouTube and I watched this video right here, I would literally get this video recommended to me for the rest of the time that I use this website, and I'd have to click like to get it off. It would never, and then it wouldn't. Same thing, and then I keep getting this content creator, suggested to me all the time, which this is a good video and I like this content creator, I think. I watched a little bit of it, but I'm just saying, like, you don't want to get the same. It makes you tired of them. It makes you get sick. It's like you go on YouTube. You know how many times you're gonna get Joe Rogan promoted to you? That's also the other thing about this website, though, is like Jordan Peterson, I guess, just moved over to Odyssey, and some of the people who use the platform were getting kind of worried. I guess I noticed in the comment section when we were doing the chat the other day, and they were saying that it would suck if all the like Tim Pools and stuff all started to flood over here. But honestly, I don't think that, because I think Odyssey is a pretty good platform and they'd be able to categorize all the different content. And now that I've moved over here and I could actually show you guys that it works, that this isn't a dead platform, they'll give you the views that you deserve. And there is a potential for you to do well on the website. And it's pretty straightforward and basic. And it's actually curated to function in a way that you're not going to feel stressed out when you're using this website. You'll feel like that the website's reciprocating the value that you're putting into it. So yeah, that's my shtick. If you're on YouTube, maybe sync your channel to Odyssey and just browse the videos on here. They've got all the stuff that you'll see on YouTube, minus the ads and minus a lot of the bullshit that comes with YouTube. It's just the fact that it's such an old website. That's the other thing. We need to go a little bit easier on YouTube. It's a damn old website. It's been just it's gone through so much history has happened around it. There's probably been so many different changes to it that it's just in its current form, it's a Frankenstein. It really is a Frankenstein monster. It's probably just so much bureaucracy. It's probably so hard to even communicate any of the issues, let alone give a shit about them, because like why would they care? They have all the website traffic. They could just funnel everybody to a PewDiePie video now. They don't need 100 gamer channels with people posting different video game content all getting all sharing the audience share. They could just send the audience share over to one or a smaller pool of content creators, which they could control, and they could turn those people into sort of like gaslighting gatekeepers for whatever particular topic. And that's the other thing that I'm going to talk about in the future is the intellectual dark web, because now that I brought up Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan and all those other guys, we need to take into consideration the fact that the old YouTube, those guys used to be like just a few a few figureheads among many. They were just a few content creators among many. Like when I watched Jordan Peterson in 2017 or whatever it was, I um, not to knock him, not to say that any of his new stuff's not bad, but the problem is all YouTube does is flood you with Jordan Peterson if you watch one video of his, and they use him as a gatekeeper because they will just give you nothing but him. Or same with Joe Rogan. Like I don't know if any of you have the you all have the same experience as me, as you watch one Joe Rogan thing and then literally all you're going to get suggested to you from then on is going to be just Joe Rogan. Same thing with Tim Pool, same thing with Jordan Peterson, and all these different content creators complain about the fact that they're not getting recommended enough, when the fact of the matter is that they're getting the full audience share of the side of YouTube that the algorithm is willing to allow, organically navigate to that side of the internet. So they're like, honest, like freaking Tim Pool is like crying out in pain of being algorithmically demoted, while while the YouTube algorithm demotes you, the content creator. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, so it basically creates this thing where everybody becomes consumers. And then it's even more of a perversion of that when they're watching this sort of like facade of content that's supposed to be like intellectually dark web. Oh my god, that is such a freaking cringe term if you think about it. And I'd like to coin the term the new intellectual dark web for people who've been banned. For the side of the internet where you have to go to the blockchain to find an MP4 file or whatever. We need to sort of reevaluate that entire post 2016 view of the internet again, because these things are always moving, shifting, and evolving. And the fact of the matter is that we have to continue to be organic and dynamic. And just the fact of the matter is that Yeah, the websites are sort of leveraged now to turn the user into a consumer, and they want you to buy shit. I mean, that's why you're getting hit with ads all the time. But I think that I don't know, if this is just an advertisement for Odyssey, just check it out. I mean, it's a better community. It feels a lot more calm. I This is how I feel about it after my first day on it. I know it's gonna be harder for you to get this type of success overnight if you haven't already created a YouTube channel on YouTube and you can't sync it, but give it a shot, you know? And yeah. All that being said, yeah, shout out this guy. I mean, he has 5,000 subscribers. He's gets hundreds of views on every video. You know, the audience is here. It's just like stick with the platform. You know, you could get this verification tag is on sale right now for like 30 bucks. I'm gonna follow him. See, you find interesting people on here, and they're all, cool dudes. I'm gonna watch some of this dude's shit. Looks like he's in nature. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like a real social media platform. It's a little bit smaller, but it's curated towards actually building a community. And the other thing is that like the amount of the library, the cryptocurrency is made to like actually make your video exist in a video library, and it exists there forever, and it's at that destination, and people can sort of like calmly come to it as they please. It's not supposed to go get a million views overnight. And that was the last thing that was that because that brings me to my last note that I wanted to uh bring up here is the myth of the viral video. So people, I think, have this like misconception of the video that gets like a million views actually reaching a million people. Many views on all websites are bots, and when you see a video that has like Gangnam Style level views, those are all bots. And a lot of the normies and NPCs who see that are actually getting tricked into believing that that video is being watched by an entire continent full of people, when in fact that's probably not the case as such. It might be the case over a long period of time because it has that impression. But those are all points that are, beside the point. My point being that you go on, maybe some people feel deterred from Odyssey because they post something on here and it gets 0 views. I'm telling you that 0 views on Odyssey is worth about 1,000 views on YouTube, because and I'm talking organic views. No, I mean, I'd say like 100 views on Odyssey is worth 1,000 views on YouTube, but just the fact of the video being uploaded onto the cryptocurrency blockchain means that it can't be deleted. So like it's sort of given me this impression of everything that's not on the blockchain, that's like an MP4 or whatever, as like childish. It's like any video that's like on YouTube that's not on the blockchain is kind of like could be deleted any second. Like you never know. It could be lost forever, hypothetically. And if it's not saved on somebody's hard drive somewhere, then it's gone forever. But like this guy right here on Odyssey, he's blockchain verified. He exists as long as the blockchain exists, I guess, right? Or longer. I mean, just considering the amount of hard drives he hypothetically could be on, because he exists on the blockchain. That's sort of like the internet videos are like a game of whack-a-mole, and when they're on a centralized platform like YouTube, they could be struck by the freaking invisible hand that guides the internet, and be demolished. And essentially, my point being that at least on Odyssey, they're transparent about that invisible hand that guides the algorithm, and that invisible hand that guides the algorithm is in fact the cryptocurrency library, which you accumulate from watching videos while you're using the website, uploading videos, accumulating views yourself, and through your share of ownership in the library cryptocurrency that you accumulate organically already, that you're paid just by being a member of the website. You don't even have to be a member, just by creating an account, which is free to do. So you're free to do, and then you're making fractions of a penny, which hold algorithmic weight on how videos are suggested. And then say, like, I liked this guy's video right here. I could go into the support section underneath his video, right next to the like button. You could click support, and then you could send him a fraction of a penny, like like a hundredth of a penny, you could send to this video in the form of this free cryptocurrency that you get. And it will make it so that his video is suggested to one more person, or it's more likely, it holds more algorithmic weight on the website because that's its relationship, that's its dynamic to the library. I mean, that's sort of how I understand the website to work. Again, this is after just like 1 or 2 days of just poking around on the website, uploading my videos, getting featured the first day I came over here, which was really awesome. And yeah, I'm looking forward to being the pop culture correspondent of the Odyssey website. Maybe this video will get featured as well. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.